Hey traders, I'm starting with bonds today to talk about things. So basically, I got max time frame here, and so what I want to talk about on the TLT. So we're currently below the 2008 lows on TLT, and we're trading between the 2008 and the 2006 lows. Okay, so on very high volume on the weekly time frame. Now, what you can do with market webs, you can always go down your different time zones on your monthly webs right here. Let me get a little bit more data here. Wait a minute. Time frame. Go out 3 years, I guess. Okay, and you see this is our yearly uh, value area low. Okay, we've broken that here. So basically, what we're doing now, we're in price discovery to the downside, and so just definitely keep that in mind going forward here. Um, we're still in extremely high volume right here. It's notable. Uh, if I go down my lower time frames now, and this is what I really wanted you guys to look at right real quick here, and I'm going to zoom in here. So if you draw your fibs and you anchor the base of it off those 2008 lows, what you would be looking for in a potential wave five uh, sell off capitulate. Say like you get an impulse move down in the markets and you're starting to see a capitulation sell off. See 1 second here. I'll put the RSI on here in a minute. What you're trying to look for is for a bottomless process. Some of the fib levels you're looking for is 11.8 or the 23.6 below a level, and then a responsive, really fast move back to the opposite direction. Okay. Ideally, in my opinion, the 11.8 is a better indicator of an exhaustion sell off in the markets. So, what we're doing today, which I want to zoom in here uh, from that 2008 low right there, we're coming right into the top, right into that 11.8 early on this morning. So, what I'm going to be looking for early on this morning is see if we get an early positive reaction off this level early this morning, and we happen to get a fairly substantial move back to the day highs or greater here on the TLT. So for if you're a bull, this is what we're really looking for. We're really looking for the signs of a uh, what they call it of a exhaustion sell off. So that's what we're really looking for here is the potential for an exhaustion sell off in the markets. Like I said, this 11.8 is really critical. If we start slicing through this like butter, of course, then that opens the door for the 2006 lows on bonds. So if you're a bull in the market, this is what we're really looking for here is that, this is the area, in my opinion, we should start seeing some substantial buying in the bond market. And if we don't get it, then, you guys need to, put that whole bullish thesis on hold and wait for a better setup. Some other things happening this morning. Crude is bouncing off a critical support this morning. So basically, what I'm looking for now is a move back up into mid 90s. So, or the mid to lower 90s here off this critical support. Let's see if we can hold this critical support on crude. This is the area that it must hold. We came right off of it this morning. Another thing that I'm looking for here potentially, we might have just topped out on UUP or the Dixie, the dollar. We just went into we just tagged a yearly resistance level again. So let's, there's a lot of times they'll hit that the second time for the failure. So I'm looking for that potential as well. So we might be seeing today, we might be seeing the signs that the massive dollar move to the upside might finally start unwinding here, and we might start seeing reversion trades, which could be supportive for the bullish case in the markets. So, uh, you can't say for sure with the dollar if that's going to be bullish or bearish on the markets, but that is another theme we have to keep an eye on this morning. So we did improve the posture a little bit of the SPY. So yesterday, because the daily pivot was so much higher, I'm showing the weekly pivots right now. That's the orange line right there. We traded below the daily and weekly pivots on SPY virtually all day, where the Qs traded above the daily and weekly pivots most of the day. And so what we got today, we have a lower daily pivot. So now we're coming into today's session. We're going to be above the daily pivot, and we are above the weekly pivot as well to open this session. So the posture is looking just a little bit better. Than what we had yesterday. Yesterday wasn't when you have one of them doing the opposite of the other. We were just stuck in that range yesterday, and we just couldn't get out of it. Okay, so we're well above the daily. See, you notice we're still not above that daily pivot, and initially we've already rejected that pivot. So this is acting as resistance. Yesterday's daily pivot is still acting as resistance. So I don't think we're really out of the bearish trap until we get above 428.40 here on SPY, what I'm looking at. So below, we came in yesterday and we just could not break and hold into the exhaustion gap area that we built out last Wednesday. Below this red line, we had a lot of single prints that immediately got bought back up. So that is a very, very critical area. We start losing that 425 area, it is game on to the downside. Okay, so right now my bias to the markets is pretty much up. Let's see what the Qs are doing this morning real quick, and then I'll call it quits. Trying to keep my videos shorter today. Okay, so we are still above even a higher daily pivot. We're opening above that into a trend line. Okay, opening above pivot. Let's move over to a weekly pivot real quick. And I'm pretty sure we're above that one because we were above it yesterday. See, we're well above the weekly pivot on the Qs today. So it looks to me like there's a good chance we're coming into a new wedging formation potentially today. So let's keep an eye on that. Potentially, it can go either way, or we can come down to this wedging formation down here. It's hard to say, but we'll keep an eye on it real quick here, and it does lean a little bit better if the bonds hold up. Now, if the bonds start just falling apart, because we were looking pretty good, or we were green in the markets earlier, or showing a lot more strength, and then all of a sudden the bonds just tanked. And one thing I do want to point out on the bonds, we have a very poor the way we're coming down, the structure on the bigger time frame, really looks like an exhaustion gap down potential. It's only a potential until it's not, And should I go here, max, real quick here, max available. Okay. And let me put the market whips on there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You see how we're coming down. You see how you have that all volume profiles are building out at these lows. We're coming down into this area, and the volume profile, there's just nothing there. Okay, you see how that volume profile, the volumes, because we don't have any time down here. The longer we stay down here, the more volume will build out in time. But this is also, when you're coming down like that, it's a very strong sign of an exhaustion gap lower until it's proven otherwise. So I just want to warn everybody what we're potentially doing here on the bigger time frame is an exhaustion gap lower in bonds, and we could see a potential reversion, at any moment. So I just want everybody to realize that, if you're trading here, when it reaches lower like this, it can be quite dangerous. And looks we still haven't come in. We're probably still going to go lower today. So I don't understand why it's bouncing right there. Uh, yeah, I might have to redraw my charts here a little bit. I might have my fibs off just a little bit. Might have to double check them. This might need to be up here. If my fibs are off, that would double bottom us on the 11.8. So okay, I will see you guys trading. Let's keep her slow. You guys can follow me. I got a Discord here if you guys are interested. Income Trader server. Yeah, it's all free. I don't charge anything. And I just put these in today actually. I'm just gonna follow. I got a core names stocks which I trade, and then I have the indices. I put those under charts, and so I'm gonna start putting information and charts and stuff per each company in its own channel starting today. And so, yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come and join my group. Just DM me if you need an invite or something. Thanks a lot. Oh, yeah, we also have our Slack group with Trade with Joe. And that we have the Zoom links and everything over in the Slack group. So, anybody wants in that, let us know. It's free too. Uh, uh, so I will see you guys trading today. Right now, though, my bias is leaning to, well, we'll see. I want to see what the bonds do. I'm just going to have to wait.